Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. Arkansas, they're coming off probably Sam Pittman's signature win of his whole career as an Arkansas head football coach over a number 4 ranked Tennessee team. Tennessee, as we all know, offensively, they've struggled to be consistent. Their defense has still been really, really good. Now, I'm not going to judge Tennessee based off that Florida game. They've always had a hard time beating Florida. They've only beaten them twice in the last several years. Since 2016, they've only beaten them twice. Both were home games. So I don't really think that's an accurate assumption. And Florida obviously has been playing a lot better since their first game against Miami. So that's still a good win. It's a rivalry game, so anything's possible. But beating a Tennessee team that has struggled offensively and beating a team like LSU, who obviously does have a good defense as well, might not have the running game that Tennessee does, but has a far better passing game than they do, is a whole nother animal. And I've seen Arkansas's depth chart, and I kind of waited till I saw this depth chart to really make my prediction. Arkansas does not beat LSU very often, especially in the last several years. Last year, I know it was close, but LSU's defense is a lot better than what it was. And even though LSU's offense is kind of taking somewhat of a step back, they still execute well. They still get the ball out into the air. LSU does turn the ball over quite a bit through the air. Their defense is a lot better. Defense does win championships. I had a hard time picking this game. I know Taylor Green is going to play, so that's going to help with my final prediction. While I don't think I know Arkansas doesn't win a lot of these big games. They just beat a ranked Tennessee team. You have to imagine that their belief in their program, Sam Pittman probably has a lot more momentum behind him. This feels a lot like 2021 Arkansas when he won 8-9 games, won a bowl game, ended up in the top 10 at some point. Do I think Arkansas is going to be in the top 10 this year? I don't know. It's possible, especially if they win a bunch of games. And again, we've seen Brian Kelly lose games he shouldn't be losing at LSU. Florida State back-to-back years. Clearly more talented than Florida State both games. Losing at Ole Miss last year shouldn't have happened. Losing by double digits to an Alabama team that was reeling last year should not be happening. Getting blown out by Tennessee a couple of years ago at home should not be happening. So I'm going to go with Arkansas, and I'll tell you why. LSU's passing game is still really, really good. But LSU's offense has had some turnover problems. They've also had a problem running the football. While their defense is really good, Arkansas's defense is also pretty stout, pretty strong up front. Holding Tennessee to 14 points is no easy task, even if their offense is struggling. And again, this is a home game for Arkansas. Arkansas's had a bye week to get freshened up and to get Taylor Green back. And even if he's not 100%, Bobby Petrino's a really good offensive coordinator. And even then, Arkansas's defense is a lot better than what it was last year. And this team almost beat LSU. Actually lost a lot of close games. LSU on the road being one of them. So for my final pick, I'm going to go with the upset here. I have Arkansas beating LSU at home. Again, Brian Kelly's a really good coach, but he's never been an elite coach, especially with LSU. He's been kind of a disappointment. I don't expect him to do anything different. That one loss he had was to USC on the road. Look what USC's been doing. They're 3-3. They're not terrible, but they lost some games they shouldn't have been losing. Michigan and Minnesota. Penn State, understandable. They're a top 5 team. But outside of that, they still have lost games they should not have lost. And to be honest, they were not better than LSU. I don't think Arkansas is better than them either. But I got Arkansas winning in a close one. Another nail-biter. Give me Arkansas 27-21. I believe they take care of the football a lot better. LSU loses the turnover battle. LSU's lack of run game will hurt them. And I think Arkansas improves to 5-2 at home.